Is my childhood obsession finally going to pay off? I love a Beanie Baby. I'm rich. The Obsessed special with New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5 in downtown Seattle, this is New Day Northwest.
Good morning and welcome to the show. And as you could tell from my Beanie Baby moment, this is a very, very special show. In fact, we've dubbed it the I'm Obsessed special. It's an hour full of things people love. Okay, maybe it's a little more than love. So when does it tip into obsession? And what's wrong with that?
There are many loves, but only one obsession. Calvin Klein.
Some say it was Calvin Klein's popular Obsession fragrance ads in the 1980s that made a formerly serious term socially acceptable as a way of expressing interest in trends and hot products. I'm Obsessed was born. Enter the 90s. Before those Beanie Babies my mom still keeps for me, there were Air Jordans.
Money's gotta be the shoes. Shoes.
With the release of this still iconic shoe, sneaker culture went mainstream, with collecting and trading becoming a pastime, not to mention the long lines trying to get the latest release.
Sure it's not the shoes?
And about the same time, seemingly normal moms were caught up in a frenzy as they went store to store late into the nights, desperately trying to grab the must-have Cabbage Patch Kid to bring home to their waiting offspring. Were those even cute? That doesn't seem to matter when we're obsessed. And so when the stuffies with the heart-shaped tags began appearing on store shelves, America was more than primed to go full obsessed, with every parent sure that those Beanie Babies would fund Johnny's Ivy League education someday. The collecting really had no limits. Kids just wanted to play, but mom and dad put them away in bins for that payday that just never really came. Obsessed? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but hey, we're celebrating obsessions today. The idea that what we love and are really passionate about can actually bring us a lot of joy. So I hope this hour does that for you. And as we meet those obsessed with everything from taco time to bodybuilding to snacks, you heard that right, snack obsessed, and we are absolutely here for it. And so it begins, one full fun hour of the things we love and adore, and yes, we are obsessed with. We're starting the show with our iconic franchise Hot Topics because that seemed like the best way. Oh yes, then there's the music, and each of our guests are obsessed with something, and I don't blame them. Most of us absolutely love Pacific Northwest taco time, including me, but PR professional Randy Cote is next level obsessed, co-host of a podcast devoted to the Mexican style fast food franchise and a taco time depth of knowledge that will leave you hungry for those tots and more. Wow. And Seattle Times food and drink writer by day, but a not so secret sneakerhead. Okay, the rest of the time, Ton Vin and producer Susie definitely has an obsession for McDonald's crispy Diet Coke. We'll get to my obsessions later. We have a few in front of me too. Thank you all for being here. And not to, really define obsession, but when do we think that it's more than love? What are our thoughts on this? Do we have a personality trait that makes us obsessed?
It's like, it becomes like a mission, right? Like, it's like, for me, it's like the devotion turns into like a project. Yeah. And that's where it starts getting into obsession. Like, if it's something you're like, calendaring and spreadsheeting and always talking about, I think we're into obsession mode. Do you have a sneaker spreadsheet?
I don't, but what makes it an obsession for me is I'm easily distracted. Okay. But as soon as you talk about Air Jordans or a certain topic that someone loves and they don't get distracted as easily, that's an obsession.
You're laser focused on that.
Exactly, yeah.
And I wonder too, when it becomes a problem, is it when our partners or our children start wondering, are we more into our obsession than our
everyday life or family?
Yeah. Does it cross over?
I don't think it's
into
crossing
a dark
over.
place?
I think we're good.
But probably even if it does, you probably at some point swing right back around to it being a positive, right? Maybe it like unites you in the end or something.
Well, and you had said that now your obsessions, your children are.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we have a 2.5-year-old, and anytime I go to get takeout and come back with a bag of takeout, he says, taco time.
Oh, man.
No,
So,
his
like,
first word was taco time.
literally, the time, like, he'll just straight up say, like, can we have taco time, Dada? And I'm like, oh, like, we're really passing it down. I'm so proud.
See, I would be so proud too.
Yes.
I want to talk about the opening too for anyone that was like, what was that Beanie Babies moment too? My mom and I were really obsessed with Beanie Babies growing up. I asked her when we thought of this special, hey, can I have some Beanie Babies for the opening? She took these ones out because she really thinks what she's seen on eBay and everything else, that they're worth some money. You know, Princess Diana we were talking about.
The platypus, iconic.
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently some of them are going 15,000 online.
The turkey, really?
I know,
Oh, but
apparently.
the turkey's,
like owning
turkey's an
stocks.
icon. Yeah. the peace sign sort of tie-dye one, I definitely.
And it's all about making sure, you know, the tag is still pristine. So we were obsessed, but I think it was also like a bonding thing with my mom and I, because you're running around store to store. It was like a scavenger hunt. It was really, really fun.
rating
growing
Hallmark
up.
locations.
And you did this with your daughter
I did
too,
it with
right?
my kids, but I also let them play with them. I wasn't. That wasn't my obsession.
But Kelly, if you tear the tag off, does that mean
It's done.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's
Do you
not
have
working.
tag protectors?
I'm not to that level. No.
It's not
but
laminated
my
or
mom,
anything?
They exist.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, that's
But
an
my
obsession,
mom did say, like, please be careful with them today because you never know what was in the bin that I covered myself with today. Could be
Sorry, Mom.
funding.
Diamond
you
in
know.
the rough.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
I want to talk to all of our personal obsessions. Randy, we're starting with you.
Okay.
We're obviously very on board with Taco Time.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
even have a podcast. Tell us about it.
Yes, I'm a co-host of Talkin' Taco Time, the foremost podcast about Taco Time Northwest. Tristan, Kevin, Chris, and I dive deep into our obsession on Taco Time. We cover menu updates. We cover, I was on a quest for a long time to visit all 79 Taco Time Northwest
Which you
locations,
did.
which I did.
Yeah.
I was, they created this custom Eras Tour style merch for me when I completed it, which was only partially embarrassing. And
And it was called Tour de Taco Time?
that's a separate thing, Kelly.
That's your news?
Yes, my friend Colden and I did a bike ride to all 5 Taco Times. Ooh, you've got my stats here. So 29-mile bike ride
my
to all
Lord.
5
at that.
City of Seattle Taco Time Northwest locations. We ate an item along the way at each one. It was a lovely outing.
One item?
Just one item. It was like a progressive meal.
These are your favorites, I know.
Yeah, and there's a cycling team that Taco Time sponsors, and they let us borrow their little jerseys. So we were biking around in Taco Time jerseys, and honestly, you find out who's obsessed, right? Like, people are like, where did you get that biking
Your face
jersey
is
with
so
Taco
cute
Time?
when you do that.
Yeah,
You
so-
also are obsessed with traders now, which so
Oh
many
my
people are
God.
obsessed.
Listen, run, do not walk to Peacock and stream the traders right now. The current season is giving everything.
Rob.
Rob, Lisa Rinna, Johnny and Tara Lipinski are having a real come up here.
Can the two obsessions come together? Do you eat Taco Time while you watch the Trader?
That's yet to happen this season, but I will tell you, I binged all of the like Australia and UK seasons in the past, and there was definitely Taco Time involved.
I want to get to your obsession too, Ton. Sneakers, right? Tell me more.
I do. I knew I had an obsession when people ask how many I own, and I always say 199 because 200 sounds insane. It's crazy.
200?
It really
I would
is?
say it's been around 250, closer.
Oh my gosh.
But in all fairness, viewers out there, if you ever purchase or picked up a size 9 Air Jordan at Goodwill in Dearborn, you're welcome. That's all I gotta say. I've donated at least 50.
And
Nice.
you wear them though, which I love, because when people are obsessed with cars and stuff, sometimes they just don't drive it. They leave it pristine in their garage.
Because it's
But I
like
love that you're
artwork. It's like a
wearing.
car, apparently. Because as soon as you take it out of the box and you wear them, they lose their value. But I'm not a collector. I actually wear them. And it's what's funny is like if you look at my shoes right now.
These right now.
At
Who are you wearing
Amazon-
today?
Oh, this is Air Jordan because it's Lunar New Year. This is Air Jordan, the Lunar New Year edition. 2018, and I actually wore this years ago, and then a dad who works at Amazon stopped me and started asking questions like, what size is that? Because he wanted to offer me $1,000. Because in 2018, they were hard to get. It's easy yet now. But then he talked to his kid, and this is when I learned, well, because I'm wearing it, and I don't have the box anymore, he's not interested. Isn't that crazy?
That's
That
wild.
is so
Yeah.
wild.
So this is fine, but because I'm wearing it and I don't have it in a box, I don't get $1,000, I don't get anything.
Do you remember the pair that maybe started in your mind the obsession? Or-
I don't. I think it was Air Jordans number 3. I'm awful these names. And the reason why people liked them, why I liked them, because they were Carolina blue, because that's where.
And you still have those?
I still have them somewhere. It's either at my old house in Maryland or the house in San Jose.
Not
Could
too
be in the
crazy
Beanie
with
Baby
it.
bin.
Maybe.
Beanie Baby bin.
See, this is why, the reason I say 199 is, I feel like when you say 200, it sounds crazy. And I feel like it's like one of those realtors who's trying to say $1 million home, but it's like $999,099. And somehow.
It does sound better. It tricks your mind for sure.
You feel like it's a low number.
I'm rounding up to almost 300 in my head.
You guys, thank you so much. We're going to get to Susie and I's obsession in the next installment of Hot Topics. So don't worry, this Obsessed Hot Topics panel is not going anywhere. We're going to continue obsessing over the food, and we're going to chat about that dark line between love and obsession. And coming up next, too, we chat my obsession, horses. One local organization is all about helping our mini equines. Find out how you can help and meet some adorable furry friends. And they say that you have to be a little more than obsessed to be a successful competitive bodybuilder. We get a glimpse inside the world of shredding, bulking, and all that plain boiled chicken when our I'm Obsessed special continues. Now for my obsession, horses. I've always been a horse girly my entire life. I had a horse named Jasmine, there she is, and we showed competitively in hunter jumpers. I also had a mini horse named TC, and there he is. Both have since passed, sadly, but you truly never grow out of your love of horses. So to bring my passion to life today, we have the organization HOME, also known as Helping Our Mini Equines. They are celebrating their 5-year anniversary, and in that time, they've saved over 100 mini equines and brought smiles to thousands of seniors. And here to explain more, Lori McMaster and some furry friends and our other friend, Barbara.
Yeah.
First, for starters, thank you for bringing my obsession to the studio. This is the best day when you get mini horses in studio. Introduce everybody that you have here.
Sure. So we have Samson. He's a 5-year-old miniature horse, and he actually started our whole process of rescuing horses. He was the first one we rescued. He was in a bad situation, and I stuck him in the back seat of a friend's truck to bring him home because I needed to get him out of there. So
only 5.
Only 5.
He's being so good.
Yeah, he was 7 months old when we found him. So, yeah. So this is Samson, and this is Odie. He is 25 years old.
25.
Yep. And he actually was out of our very first group that we brought in from a kill pen out of Oklahoma. And he quickly showed us that he loves to go on senior visits and loves to hang with people. So
how
that's what he
long
does.
do these mini horses live? Because 25 seems old.
It does, but they can live into their 40s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And for someone that hasn't heard of HOME, how do you begin to describe what you guys do? Because this is such an incredible organization.
Oh, thank you. So what we do is we look for animals that are in need. There's Napoleon. He's so cute. He's the cutest one. And that's some mini mules. We have Thelma and Louise and Spitfire. We find them in need. We started out finding them in kill pens and bring them up here into a market that really needs miniature horses. So we rehabilitate them, and some we adopt out. Some will always be in sanctuary. So that's a big thing that we need help with. And then there's only about 5 that are trained to go out to the seniors because it takes a quite special animal to do that.
And tell me about the smiles that I'm sure these seniors have on their faces when you are going, because you're helping thousands of people, right?
We've seen 2,500 seniors at this point. So that is like our heart, like that's our give back. There's, to just give you an example, there's a gentleman who is a professor who's in a home that we visit quite frequently. And he's pretty much withdrawn from the staff. He's gone nonverbal. And when I bring Odie in, he lights up and he just starts talking and just saying what a beautiful thing this is. So that gets me every time.
Oh my gosh, it's getting me right now. How
Every time.
fulfilling the work you guys do.
Yeah.
And just, my pony TC was just the absolute best. Also, for people that want to help, I mean, where does the money go to with donations?
Yep.
What can they do?
So it's very important. We are 100% volunteer and donation funded. So it goes to their care, veterinary care, hoof care, any type of rehab, medical needs that they need. And can be some really extreme ones. 100% of it goes to the animals. None of it goes to anything else. And so this is the example of what comes out of this, you know?
Definitely. The work has got to feel so fulfilling when you see a little guy like this too, and you take them out of a bad situation and give them a home. Because you mentioned sanctuary, some of these horses never leave your care, right?
Yeah, high medical needs. Some are just cannot be adopted emotionally because of what they've been through. So they have a forever home with us.
Oh, amazing. You also have a big fundraising event that's coming up. So please tell everyone too about this special event.
Yes, this event is called Mini Cavalli. And it is a very fun event. We have Frisian horses, all the minis will be there, and it is our auction, and that's what kind of funds us for the full year. But everybody just enjoys it because it's just a lot of fun. So it's not a stuffy event. It's very exciting. So.
Any last takeaways that you want people to know about these special creatures? Because I'm obsessed, but not everybody should have a mini horse, of course.
No, I mean, there's definitely expense, just like the big horses. They have the same expenses. So you need to be prepared to have that, ability to take care of them. And long term, because they live so long. Some of them will outlive us. So you need to have a plan. But yes, you can follow us on Facebook. We're on there helping our miniature equines, and then also our website. Also, you can reach us there. You can do donations to help either sponsor one of these animals or buy tickets to come to Mini Cavalli.
Amazing. Thank you everyone for being here. This was amazing. Oh, I'm so happy. And next on our I'm Obsessed special, meet the florist with a surprising passion that tips over into obsession. Jim Cook spends his days creating florals in Belfair and then transforms into a dedicated bodybuilder after hours. Welcome back. Look, I was obsessed with my next guest from the moment I met him. Jim Cook has always been an extraordinary florist and home decor designer that New Day viewers have come to love. But when he's not bending flowers to his will, he just might be hitting the bodybuilding circuit. It's a hobby that can quite easily become an obsession. And he's here to share how he walks that line. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
You're
Good to see
looking
you.
amazing.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm like, don't put me next to Jim with these guns out, okay?
I'm in the Jim bra get up.
Well, you're looking fabulous.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
How did you get started in bodybuilding?
I mean, I remember the very first thing I saw. I probably was like 7 or 8, and it was when the Fitness Channel was on TV, and it was Bob Paris working out. And I remember seeing that and being like, that is really cool. Flash forward to when I was 19, I was pulled into my theater teacher's room, and she said, hey, look, you're a bass baritone. You either have to get fat or get big. And I was like, okay. So I had to start working out, and then it just kind of spiraled from there. And I love it.
And you love it.
Yes.
Where does this commitment come from too? Because this is a commitment. This isn't like, oh, we do this once a week.
Yeah. It's a full lifestyle. So I think one of the things about bodybuilding that really helps me is that it helps me create a plan, and then it takes a lot of choice out of my day. So being a business owner, being a florist, I already have a lot on my plate, but this makes it like I don't worry about my food. I know exactly when I got to get up. I've got my schedule. Staying in that helps me focus, stay mentally sane.
And talk too about the differences between bulking and shredding, because I always find this fascinating when people are like, well, I'm in a bulk, and I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. So bulking is essentially you're going to be eating surplus to add size to your body. And kind of like my philosophy is you have to add size and then you have to maintain size so the muscle matures. So then when you cut, and cut is shredding, you're gonna start stripping down that fat and you're getting ready for a competition. When you cut, the muscle stays. Because what can happen is you will lose muscle in a cut. But the difference mainly is just amount of food that you're eating. A proper bulk is you still eat clean. You're just eating a lot of clean food. You're not just shoveling.
I was going to say,
dirty
I think
mass
I'm
in.
always in a bulk then. I'm just eating whatever I want. But no, that's not the case. What are you in right now, too?
I am in bulk right now. So the photo that you guys saw earlier was about 196 pounds, I want to say, in that photo.
Whoa.
Right now I'm sitting at between 235 to 240.
Wow.
And I still have probably another like 20 pounds to go before I want to compete again. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
And how long are you like in bulking? Like, is this months? Like, it really depends on the person?
Bodybuilding is an old man sport, is what they call it, because it takes time. So I will probably be in a bulk until next year, maybe end of this year, and then I'll say, okay, I'm ready to do a show. But it also depends on my body. I can't rush 10 years of progress in 5 days.
You can't rush perfection, Jim. Talk about the diet, too,
Yeah.
the food.
So this is my little meal bag. Pretty much anytime I'm on like a site doing installations, I have this with me, but it has all my meals in it. So
Wow. You are organized.
Oh yeah, this is a typical meal for me. It has about 8 ounces of beef, cup and a half of rice, green beans, and I eat 3 of these a day. My breakfast, I'm eating 10 ounces of yogurt, a cup and a half of rice cereal. Yeah, so it's a lot. You're eating a lot.
You use a scale, even like this is meticulous.
Yeah, it's a controlled variable. So
Yeah.
if you want to lose fat, or that week to week when you're checking in with your coach, they know, well, if you're following the plan, we can tweak a little bit. We can give you more food. You're losing too fast. You're gaining too fast, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, I want to get to poses, which are
Okay.
also really important because it's all about how you present the muscles.
Yes.
Unless you're me and you don't have a lot of muscles, but it's okay because you're going to show me.
Yes, so bodybuilding is definitely kind of more of an art form. I believe it's more of an art form, and you have to present. So you can have lacking body parts, but if you know how to present, so if you do like a big front double
I guess
bicep.
here we go.
Yep.
Shirts coming off. Okay.
So what you'll do is you'll kind of flex, curl in. Yep, there we go.
That's as much as it goes,
Just like
Jim.
that.
Oh, God.
There you go.
You should be in
Perfect.
front of me. Good Lord.
And then a lot of times what they'll do is like a most muscular. You see this is like the one. So you bring both hands together.
Like
And
this?
you're gonna push your shoulders a little
I
bit
don't think
forward.
that's working
Yep,
for me.
There you go, just like that. So it's to create this big mass. And then legs, which this is probably a tough one, and I don't have the great calves. So you will turn around, and you'll kind of point your toe, and then push on it.
Pop the booty.
Yep, and then squeeze your glute.
Ooh.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm seeing a little.
There it's
something.
going.
Did anyone
It's happening.
see that? It's happening. They had to zoom in because I couldn't see it. Oh my gosh.
So it's one of those things that when you learn how to pose, it can help you accentuate that muscle that you've been training so hard with.
Oh my gosh. So when is the next competition for you?
I am hoping my coach Kyle lets me do it next spring, this end of fall. I did it last year, but it's crazy. It takes time.
You are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
look amazing. And so much more to come on our I'm Obsessed special. Next, we meet the man who dedicates his life toward wacky snack flavors. You may never actually see any of these two on the store shelves. We take a look inside the Snackin' Shack and hear from the man behind it. Stay tuned.
It's a new day.
Welcome back. Many of us on the show would call ourselves foodies, and we're passionate about food and maybe even obsessed. And that goes for snacking too. No pretzel, chip, or cookie is safe around us. And one man in Everett built a sort of shrine to the snacks that you won't likely find anywhere else. Jim Dever takes us inside the Snackin' Shack.
Got some Starburst gummies in here.
Photographer Jackson McInnes has a sweet tooth,
I think I got some Twix over here too.
and his mission is to share it with the world.
The obsession.
Jackson is the founder and curator of the Snackin' Shack.
Good luck finding another one of these.
From key lime Kit Kats to gingerbread red vines, it's a collection of hundreds and hundreds of limited edition treats and marketing materials.
I love to have people check it out. That's really what it's here for in the long run. We got some cotton candy Faygo.
They're not all winners.
This is very nasty. You know, anything edible that I see at the store that's limited edition, I'm going for it. I'm grabbing it.
Most of the packages in his mini museum have never been opened.
If it's limited edition, I'm getting it. Am I gonna try it? Probably not.
They're all his sweet children, but he does have his favorites.
Only collab Nike's done with like a cereal brand.
He loves Fruity Pebbles so much he wears them on his back. And he hopes you'll find whatever you love here too.
Snacks are forever. Everybody eats snacks. That's gonna last forever for me, for sure. And I'll never stop collecting snacks.
And joining me now, the snack master himself, Jackson McGinnis. Hello, thank you for coming on the show. You are a total vibe. Your outfit, like everything, I'm digging this.
Yeah.
And you go by Snacks?
I do.
Just Snacks for the rest of the interview.
Certified nickname since middle school.
Ooh, since middle school. So this was destiny with the obsession.
Absolutely.
We shot that story with you a couple years ago. How many snacks now are in the collection?
Let's see, last time I counted, I believe, it was around 550, but that was about 6 months ago, so it's at least 650 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how long have you been collecting too?
It's been about 7 years now.
Where does this obsession and like love for snacks come from?
It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where it started, but since I was a kid, I've always been a huge fan of snacks. Red Vines are one of my favorites.
Oh, Red Vines, thank you.
Yeah.
People always think I'm disgusting with my Red Vine addiction.
I love Red Vines, and I get that from my mom and grandma, but I don't know, just snacks, the artwork on the snacks, just the decoration, the boxes, just everything about snacks. The taste, everything is amazing.
I really can't get over that we both love Red Vines, and I don't know what that says about us. If our grandparents love them too, maybe we're just, I don't know, trapped in a body that I don't know. You brought a ton here. What do we have? Walk me through.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start over here with Wheaties.
All right, first up, we have the Wheaties limited edition Steve Largent Seattle Seahawks box.
Go Hawks!
This is from 1988. So that's one of the ones I've had. It was actually a donation. Someone just brought it into the Snack and Shack and thought we should have it.
That is so amazing.
Yeah,
the community is incredible.
Super full, by the way. It's unopened. The cereal is still in there. So.
Okay.
Next up, we have one of the things I've started with. These are Lady Gaga Oreos here.
Interesting.
Something I bought, had in my cabinet for a while. I didn't eat them, but I didn't want to throw them away because I love the packaging. So that's where it started.
Okay. What's next?
Next up, we got University of Washington Diet Husky Cola.
That's
this
a vibe.
Is from 1991, I believe.
1991. That's a throwback.
Definitely. We also got the
Pepsi.
What is this? The Crystal Pepsi.
I'd never even heard of that.
Yeah, bottle's a little bit deformed, but this is another item that was also a donation. Someone just thought we should have it. So.
And then your name's on the Cheerio box?
Oh yeah, shout out General Mills. This is a custom box. It was given to me from General Mills. I'm an ambassador for General Mills, so yeah, this is a big important thing to me because it made me realize that I was doing the right thing.
Aww.
You know, so.
That's so amazing. Also over here too, what do you have on this side?
On this side.
I won't touch.
Oh, please don't, please don't.
Please don't.
We have the Magic Fruity Pebbles and Nike collab. It was also a collab with like LeBron James. So the Fruity Pebbles will turn your milk purple.
Oh.
So that's a lot of fun.
White Castle?
On the end, yes, we got the White Castle and Heelys collab. Yes, they actually had these for sale for a while.
Oh my goodness.
But this was an exclusive gift from Heelys, so.
Incredible. You have merch here. You have some things for us to try too. So what are we trying today?
We do. So we have Pete's Drumstick Kit Kat Nestle collab from Australia. We have some wrap snacks, all in hot, little baby chips. And we also have the Nestle Kit Kat Milky Bar.
Ooh.
So we can try them all, or you can try whichever one you like.
I'm going here with the chocolate, and you said this is from Australia.
Yes, ma'am.
Or you're going to be mad at the way I open this? Do you want to do this a really nice? I feel like
No, you got it.
No, I got it because I don't want to.
You're good. Yeah.
And while I'm trying all this too, this is the world's first snack museum. Have you tried to see other people do what you do?
Oh no, I definitely did my research before giving myself that title.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was the only one before saying I was the only one. So, yeah.
And you have 77,000 followers on Instagram and growing. Has this become your full-time job, and why do you think so many people are obsessed with following you?
It isn't currently. It was for a while, but we're definitely going to get back into that. I don't know. People just love food. People love snacks. People love trying new stuff, even if it's a weird flavor of some kind. Mm-hmm. So I think my reviews really resonate with people because I always give an honest opinion, even if it was sent by a company or it was, paid something. I'm always gonna give my honest opinion on the snack.
You're authentic. Nothing's going to your head.
Yep.
Is there a snack out there that's the true holy grail that you'd love to add to your collection? And by the way, this is delicious. I'm just over here eating, not touching the Fruity Pebbles though.
Let's see. There's one item that I would love to have. It is a box of Lucky Charms, but it was a collab that General Mills did with Marvel, so they're Loki Charms.
Okay, that's cool. If you know, you know. And I actually watched that. What's the worst flavored snack that you've ever tried?
Worst flavor? Oh man, that's such a hard one. Huge fan of Jones Soda. Shout out Jones Soda. But they had a Hatch chili and lime soda that was not very tasty.
Not it too. You also are opening back up too. So what's next for the Snack and Shack?
What's next? Let's see. Mid-April, May, we'll be opening back up. Normal hours, Thursday through Sunday, 12 to 4. We'll have a episode with the Nosh, Rachel Bell, coming out. So we're kind of ramping up for that. We're coming back hard. We're coming back strong, and we're going to have the Snack and Shack go crazy this year.
Oh, we're all going to go crazy. I love it. You're such a vibe. All this food is delicious. Thank you for being here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Stay here for the Obsessed special, the Seattle content creator whose Lego hobby spiraled into a full-blown empire, and his house may never recover. Welcome back. You could say my next guest has an obsession with Legos, and that would be a complete understatement. He's a Seattle area content creator who's still known on Instagram as Gay Fat Friend, even though he's lost a ton of weight and looks absolutely amazing. Todd Masterson, welcome back to New Day.
Hi, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, so we had you on for Hot Topics not too long ago. We wanted to talk about how you love Legos. We didn't get to it.
Yeah.
So tell me, because this is more than a hobby.
Right, this is my therapy. This is what I do to like escape the world, because I think that's what we need now more than ever. And it just brings me joy. It's just pure joy.
Where did this obsession come from then?
Well, I have a little surprise.
Oh.
Direct from Christmas 1988. It's my very first bucket of Lego.
You did not keep, you literally kept that.
I didn't keep it, my mother did. And she just
Shout
gave
out
it
to
to
moms.
me. And how cute is she? Look, she kept all the sets that I built in a little bag.
Oh my gosh.
How fun are moms?
Moms are literally the absolute best.
But yeah.
How many Lego sets do you have too?
I mean, we're probably pushing 100 at this point.
Really?
Yeah, and they're all over the house.
So do you build them and then take them apart and rebuild?
No, so
No.
I'm a Lego purist. Like once it's built forever. We don't disassemble Lego. I have a friend that like takes apart his Christmas sets, and I was like, how dare you? How could you? That would drive me insane. It's almost like a spoiler. It's like, I built it. I'm not building it again.
Yeah. And where do you put them all in your house?
So yeah, they're all over the house. We have them in the dining room, in the living room, bedroom, guest room. The only place they're not in is the bathroom.
Oh,
but they're in the kitchen.
I feel like there's some that would maybe look kind of cool on like the bathroom.
Well, we're running out of space. The old house gal is filling up, so we're probably bathrooms next.
Okay, it's coming. And you are married. How does your husband feel about this? Because they're throughout the house and it's your obsession. Does he share a love?
He does. He does Lego as well. He actually kind of started doing the big sets before I did, because we're a super Simpsons household, like all Simpsons all the time. So the first mega set we got, I don't have the box anymore, but we got the Simpsons house, and that was like what started all of this, pretty much.
And you keep these too.
I do keep the boxes.
Is that part of the obsession too?
Yeah. Well, I love, like, this is my dream. Setting up this display, I was like, this is where I want to live. I want to be like that old lady in Labyrinth that's like a hoarder lady, and she's like, this is what I live in. Look at my home.
I love that it brings you so much joy. That's why this show is so fun. How long would you say you spend hours-wise working on these Legos?
Oh, I definitely touch Lego every single day. Like I build Lego, I do something with Lego. And if I'm not actively building a set every day, I'm like positioning it in the home, thinking about it, buying it, which is probably the biggest problem.
How can you even say how much money that you've spent on Legos? Do you even want to add it up then?
If I think about it, I might cry. Because we rent. We don't own a home yet, so this is my home, like I said.
And when did you start sharing your obsession too with the internet? And has the feedback been fairly positive?
Yeah, it's been amazing, because the thing about Lego, so I started like actively making Lego content like a year ago. And the thing about Lego is nobody hates Lego. Like that's another joy I get from it, is that it's such a fun pretty hobby. And when you post about it, no one's ever like, oh, Lego's so dumb. Like, no one ever says that. It's just pure joy and fun. So.
Have you ever stepped on a Lego then too? I mean, you have to have, right?
I have, yeah.
That's what I remember from my brothers building Legos.
There's like a nerve in your bones that goes straight to your, like, right behind your eyeballs. So when you do it, you're like, ah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the one pain. Also, you are essentially a Lego influencer. Have you met other Lego influencers too?
So we're all friends online, and we talk all the time. Yeah, we send each other sets, like we talk and stuff like that. We haven't done like a meetup quite yet. There's a Lego convention every year.
Where's that? Does it change?
In Seattle.
It's in
all
Seattle?
over. They have them all over. And so, yeah, we went to the Lego convention I think it was in September, and I met a bunch of people like really fast, but they were just kind of like followers. The actual like Lego influencers, we haven't really met up yet, but we talk all the time.
That's so cool. You mentioned at the top of this is really like therapy for you.
It is, yeah.
Talk to me more about, just because people think that's kind of fun and lighthearted, but that is important too, to have a distraction.
And it's mental therapy, but it's also like physical therapy. Like you're using your hands, you're using your brain, it's keeping me active. It's just, and it makes me forget about everything else. I like put on a documentary or a movie and I just do Lego by myself, and it's just a fun getaway.
It's a vibe. You're a vibe. I love that you're sharing this with us. If you don't mind now, I love a lightning round where I just fire away some questions.
Same.
So we're starting with question number 1. What is your favorite Lego color?
The Asylum green, this brick on the Haunted Mansion right here. This brick, that like Asylum green that looks like, from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's my favorite. I love it. I wish all the sets had that color in them.
Ooh, okay, exciting. Favorite build of all time?
Favorite build? I mean, for the culture, probably the Keith Haring set, because he's my favorite artist of all time, and it was such a fun build. But I would say...
How long did that take you?
Really, it's pretty fast.
Oh, it's easy.
Like, I did it in like 3 or 4 days. But I would say, ultimately, this one, Tudor Corner, it's like the prettiest. It's a modular, which they release a new modular every year, so you can make a little city.
That's beautiful.
And it's seriously my favorite set, I think, of all time. It's just
okay, what's the build that took you the absolute longest?
The longest build was Home Alone. It's the biggest set I've ever built, too.
Jeez.
Like, it has the most pieces. It has the most, there's this thing called a play feature where you can open it around and move it around. It has, you can open the whole front, the roof comes off. There's like an extra treehouse in the back that like Kevin slides to. There's the van. It has so much.
Is there ever been a build where you're like, this is way too difficult, I'm done?
I mean, I'm trying to think. The Stranger Things house I just finished last week. It has a lot of Technic in it, like that moving part that I was talking about, and it's a lot of little pieces. And so like after a while, if you don't get it exactly right, the Technic won't work. And it was starting to jam, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry if this doesn't work. But I got it.
But you got it, and that's gotta feel good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your fun passion with us. This was great.
I love it so much.
Next, we are back with another round of an obsessed-themed hot topic. We're talking famous people's obsessions like Thomas Jefferson and Gandhi, and they're not what you expect.
It's a new day.
I'm still not tired of saying it. I'm obsessed. Before the hour is over, I wanted to check back in with my Hot Topics panel. Randy, Ton, and Susie are back, still with their obsessions, but maybe we talk a little too about other people that are obsessed with things. First though, Susie, we didn't get to your obsession. It's here on the table.
Yes.
Tell everyone what it is.
So this is Diet Coke from McDonald's.
It has to be from McDonald's.
Yeah, what gives?
Thank you for asking.
Here come the glasses. Statement.
They've released a statement about why their Diet Coke and Coke is so good. Couple reasons: the water and syrup are pre-chilled before entering the fountain dispensers, and the ratio of syrup is set to allow for the ice to melt. That's so key. And the fountain beverage system is cold, so your drink is refreshing, and they always filter the water.
Wow.
Bravo.
So,
Sounds like a wine psalm. You need to break this down.
It is, and I don't drink wine.
The McDonald's terroir.
This is my wine.
This is yours.
Or Mother's Milk, or Nectar of the Gods.
And so, I mean, obviously, someone saying Pepsi, you would just be appalled. It's not even close to the same thing.
I mean, I wouldn't even.
Yeah, you can't even answer that
Water.
question.
Unfiltered water.
Does Coke Zero make you
gross.
disgusted?
I don't like that either. Yeah,
Yes, because that just takes out the sugar from regular Coke.
But not Coca-Cola. It has to be Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. I'm addicted to the aspartame.
100%.
And McDonald's, it's just, I don't know, I'm a nerd. I mean, it's a complete nerd
Have you
about
had
apple.
RC Cola? diet.
No.
Now I'm dating myself. No one knows RC Cola. Kelly's like, what?
I didn't know what you were talking about, I'm going to be honest, Don.
It's just
Diet tab.
But we can move to my obsession now.
Horses.
Well, we're
and-
going to go horses first. Horses are my number one obsession, which you saw earlier in the show with those mini horses. I have, horse galore in my childhood bedroom. It's pink.
Look
There
at
you're
this.
seeing it. I made my
Oh my
parents say
God.
This is still there, right?
It's still there.
The helmet is just positioned
It
like
honestly
perfectly.
always is. It's
Yeah.
there because I don't really ride anymore, but I would love to. Pink, still my favorite color, and then pictures of Jazz throughout.
You should clip that and make that like your Zoom background. Like it's just kind of nice.
Yeah. People would be like, do you still live with your parents? Is everything okay? Yes, I do.
Yes, you
Thank
do.
you. I'm also obsessed with salads, evergreens. I go here every single week, many times a week. Their Cobb Your Enthusiasm is my favorite. Avocado, bacon, egg,
Wow.
pickled onion, cheese. I actually usually change the dressing to be healthier. The Greek yogurt dressing.
Okay, there's bacon, so I don't think this is that much healthier than
You
a
don't?
BLT.
It doesn't matter.
Ton is not having
Yeah,
this.
you're not having my obsession. It's so good. I'm all about volume eating, so just sitting there with a big bowl of something is so delicious. They also brought some other winter trio options. Evergreens is just doing it right. It's fresh. It's always a great experience. I have so many changes to my salad. They know my name when I come up. I just love them.
Food obsessions are so interesting because you really hyper focus on something. Obviously, I know. I hyper focus on this.
Croutons are delicious.
Okay.
There you go,
Croutons
Tom.
is bacon for vegetarians. This is great. I'm sorry. I'm just.
Keep
I don't know if this is
eating.
a prop. I'm going to just
I
eat
want to
it.
get to some famous names too who also were obsessed with some pretty odd things. So let's get into it. Thomas Jefferson, 3rd U.S. president, he apparently was obsessed with mammoths. Here's a quote. For most of his life, Thomas Jefferson was obsessed with mammoths. He liked theorizing about mammoths. He liked talking about mammoths. He liked making his friends rack up exorbitant postage bills in order to mail him mammoth teeth.
That is a quote.
When he sent Lewis and Clark on their expedition, he was hoping they would find a living mammoth.
Stop.
I did some research before
I was
the show
I was like,
today.
Randy, are you
Yeah.
obsessed with Thomas Jefferson?
And
Tell me
clearly,
more.
if he was alive today, his favorite NHL team would be the Utah Mammoth.
There you go.
I thought it was so interesting. They also said that he would bring in mammoth bones and teeth into the White House.
And like a jigsaw puzzle, try to put it together. You know, like right now, you have all these tech billionaires and hedge fund managers who buy entire T-Rex
True.
skeleton.
Oh, that's true.
He did it himself.
Yeah.
He was
Not
above his
successful,
time.
yeah.
Before his
Very
time.
He wasn't
eccentric.
successful, but
Which is maybe what obsessions are for rich people, just eccentricities, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. We're getting next to the next topic. I can't even talk about it. Good luck. Gandhi. Part of me wishes I really didn't know this, but evidently he was quite obsessed with poop and making sure others were feeling healthy. Maybe it was a little more of that, like, have you pooped today?
Yeah, he would ask everybody if they've had a bowel movement today, which actually gave me PTSD, brought me right back to my grandmother who used to ask me that very
She
same
did?
question. Yeah, I think it was I don't know.
Like prune juice? Was she like, do you need prune juice then
Suzanne,
or something?
how? And I was like, Grandma.
oh god, this is totally a talk about this.
Yes.
Have you guys heard of the Bristol poop chart?
Yes.
I thought this was a joke, and I went to a party. There is a chart called the Bristol poop chart. It tells you what kind of pooper you are. It tells
went
you
to
the
a party
size
and you saw this at a party?
Yes, I thought it was a gag, and I googled. This is a legitimate scientific thing. So when you tell me about Gandhi is a poop obsession, I can't get this out of my head. What kind of pooper is he on this chart?
On the chart. Yeah.
I bet he
know.
would
Is
have loved
this
that chart.
PG rated? I'm sorry.
We've got to know.
Oh my
I know it's too
God.
early to do this, but yes, I kid you not.
Yeah.
Bristol poop chart. If you want to know what kind of pooper you are, look up your chart.
Gandhi
It's like
would
a
be
horoscope.
So proud of you.
Does this tell you about your personality? I guess it tells you what you eat and what it's like. If it's the size of your poop, the water. Oh, sorry. I'll
Did
stop.
you think
I'll
we'd
stop.
spend this much time
No,
talking about
and with that, I'm moving to our last question, you guys. Can obsessions be a personality trait? And if it is a personality trait, positives, negatives?
I think it's positive. It's one of those things where it's like it's almost like your brand, right? It's what you're known for. People know you're into sneakers, right? From
Food,
knowing your food,
all of it.
right? So it's like I think it's a positive thing. It's what you're known for, And yes, if you go too deep
go too
into
far,
it,
right?
if it's affecting relationships and your life, like if I wasn't showing up to my job because all I was doing was going to taco time every day, I think my husband would be like, "What are we doing here?"
Or you were forcing your friends to only eat at taco time.
Yes, no, we were talking about restaurants before this, and it's like, no, we eat all kinds of things. You wear different shoes, right? Than just sneakers.
Not just one pair, but 199.
199 or 250.
Yeah.
Who's to say how many
counting?
John has?
Good grief, Kelly.
Good grief, exactly.
No judgment.
Do you think once you start with something like I'm obsessed with salads, like I'm gonna be obsessed with the next thing, like we're just like
you
kind
move
of
on.
Yeah.
As somebody who's obsessed moves on to another obsession.
Right.
I think, yeah.
You think,
I do.
yeah? We just have that personality.
Yeah.
Maybe you're destined to be obsessed again.
At that point, I think it's a cry for help. I stop with
So
Air
2
Jordans.
sessions?
I stop with Air Jordans. Oh, 2, I can see that. But I think it has such a negative connotation. But I think it's good. In the world we live in, it's good to have a distraction. I look at obsession as sort of like a hobby. You know?
Yes.
It's like I get up in a bad mood, I put on my favorite Air Jordans or something, and it just distracts me from the reality. Just for a brief moment.
Oh, that's amazing. Let's end there, you
yeah.
guys. What an hour. I don't think I'll say the words I'm obsessed without thinking back on all we've learned and the cool people we've met today. And I say finding something to be obsessed with is not a bad thing, like we just discussed. In fact, I love this quote from Mason Cooley. The cure for an obsession, get another one. Done and done. Thanks for spending time with us today. And for more New Day fun, subscribe on YouTube and be sure to download King 5 Plus for free. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.